everybody and welcome on my YouTube channel. You are with Alendris and today I'm on the test server to try for you the new VIP hero for May. It's finally available. It's not far before the official release, but we will do like that. We couldn't do nothing better. So this hero is a frontliner. It's Steel Champion. Steel Champion looks like a sort of a knight, if we are checking his looking. About his animation, normal attack, the ultimate, and walking and victory animation perhaps. If he's agree with me, no, I don't want, yes, victory animation. Okay, so now about his statistic, frontline strength hero who has a steel-like determination. It's a mechanical hero also, so interesting to know even if actually it will not change nothing crazy in the game. Maximum HP 69,000, attack power 6,300, armor 1,100, magical resistance 600, and physical critical score 1,300. So first things we can tell that he has a high critical score, strong defensive statistic, and not so much power. About his training field statistic, we will get more 22,000 HP, 3,740 of attack damage, and 362 of physical critics. So his final stats when he will be full trained, you will have one hero with 91,000 HP, more than 10,000 of attack power, it's already better, and 1,660 of critical score, so it means that this hero will have a lot of critical during his fight. So, let's now discover his skills. The ultimate skill of Steel Champion is Illusions, Latin jump height, and then damages and stuns enemies upon his landing. Increase 10,500 damage, so I think this ultimate will deal a pretty interesting damage, and stun in according of the level of the enemy, so nothing crazy for this part. Green skill, spin, Latin spin fast and deal damage to nearby enemies, increase 2,625 damage, we will see how it will be. Blue skill, Meteor Hammer, Latin throw out a Meteor Hammer and deal damage to enemy along the path, increase 5,250 damage, and I'm already thinking if this skill is a full screen, it means that we have our new hero who will go inside the burst team with a Commando, Avenger, and a Venom Master, so perhaps I will try this later. And finally, the purple skill, Iron Armor. Latin grants himself a shield and increases his armor value whenever he casts his second or third skill. Absorb 26,250 damage, so it's really interesting. And armor increased by 210. So, if I'm understanding good, every time that he will cast Spin or Meteor Hammer, he will get a shield who will absorb 26,000 damage and increase 210 of his armor value. It looks like really strong. I really want to see how it will be. But first of all, we will check his position on the battlefield. Steel Champion is a frontliner. In according to his statistic, I think he can be in front. It will not be a problem, but we will check. He's not in front at all for the moment. Yes, it's pretty strange, but okay. It means he's not considered as a tank, he's considered as off-tank. Clearly, when you are checking his position, even dual wield is in front. Yes, it's exactly like that, so I'm a little bit surprised. But it's not a real problem. Even Dungeon Keeper is in front of him. So it means that he's totally far. He was in front of Griffin. Can be interesting for the build later. Last lane. Yes. He is behind every tank. Even Soul Hunter is in front of him, so he is considered in the game as a off tank, so why not? We will see how it's going on during the fight. Let's discover his skill in action first of all. So our working is skills. Normal attack. First skill. Oh, it's interesting. You see that his second skill, and I think it's the same. Yes, it's the same for the third skill. It's building his shield in according of the enemies that he touch and damage that he is doing. So it means if he stay alive and doesn't receive damage, he can build a crazy big shield. I want to be sure to understand. Oh, and he has an interesting lifesteal also. Look at that. His shield is charging. This is the ultimate. Ultimate, 16,000 on the chaplain. It's not that bad. And I want to accelerate a little bit. Okay. See, shield can be really crazy. Mechanic is interesting because he's not insane as a damage dealer, but I think that he's dealing damage. I'm sure even that he's dealing damage, and you see the shield, it's just crazy. So, let's check now the statistic. 237, so for a frontliner who is, I think, most designed as a tank than something else, it's pretty interesting, and its survivability is just insane. So, we will test now in real fight, and we will begin by the damage test. For the damage test, I'm also interested to know if the shield is built in according of the number of target or in according of the damage that he is dealing. But you see, he's already 33%. Oh, his shield is nearly full. And he will be full shield and full life all the time. It's crazy. Okay, in front it's healing team, but I'm really interested to know how it will be in real fight. And I think he's dealing damage. He will ultimate soon. Oh, 17,000 on tank. It doesn't do so much critical hit like I was thinking when I read his statistic, but he's dealing damage, I'm sure about that. 13,000 in auto attack. In 10 seconds we will see how much he did finally. So I'm really curious. 546,000 damage against an healing team. I'm totally agree about that. It's not representative, but it means he has the potentiality of this damage. So it's just crazy, and I want to see it during a real fight. For this first real match against a strong metagame team, I want really to see what will happen, and I'm attracting your attention about the fight because it's a really interesting. Look how much this hero is able to survive. You will see, he's nearly full. We are protect. We are inside the ultimate of Wind Priest. Huh? Doesn't matter. Now you think that this hero is low life, but not exactly. He's really impressive. His lifesteal is impressive, and finally he can recover. He will finish full life. He will finish full life. Perhaps this fight will be a timeout, but it doesn't matter. It's just crazy strong. Look what I'm telling. He is nearly full life. And he has shield. And he will spin. He will recover his shield. Okay, the time is over. Fortunately for my opponent. And if you are checking statistics of the fight, 411,000 or 600 for a Puppet Master, but Puppet Master is a damage dealer. This hero, now I'm not sure about what it is. I was thinking that it was a tank, but a tank with dealing 400,000 damage during one fight, I'm not sure. So let's do another fight. Against an undead team, we will see how it's going on. So I put also the new sign-in hero in the team to protect from magic damage and to delay sorcerers. I've nearly vanished sorcerer, so I will receive a lot of damage. Okay. It's my turn now to burst. Poof. And protect. Still champion is still alive, and now we will begin to recover his life and shield. I really like this hero. Oh, the shield. Okay. So he's full life, nearly. Okay, I will be not able, I think, to kill Bloody Earl because he has a night regeneration. But it doesn't matter. I think his damage are just crazy and I will win by the damage. Okay, time out. So let's check. 270,000, so it's really not bad. And you see, I'm winning by damage this match. Well, this is not really important in this presentation, but you can see that this hero, even when you have strong magic damage in front, is able to survive. And when he's able to touch a lot of heroes with his spin or with his ultimate it doesn't work, sorry, but his spin or his hammer, he will generate a strong shield and will be able to survive and with his life steal to recover his life. It's really impressive. Let's now try a last situation. For this last test, we are against a Cross Knight team, so we have nearly the same build. I do Wind Priest instead of Divine Knight, and I'm using for sure the Steel Champion. For the moment, the fight is for me. We'll see. Oh, Wind Priest is is failing against Image. Soon, Steel Champion will ultimate. Okay, poof! He killed 2 heroes, and now he's full life. It's just crazy. And when he's with shield, the effect of Steel Champion doesn't touch him, so he can recover his life. And final stat. Nearly 200,000 damage for him. Other heroes did a good job also. It was a lot of image, the image of Avengers. So that's why we have a lot of damage in the fight. But you saw that his survivability is incredible and his damage are also really interesting. So we will speak now about his strengths and weaknesses. 3 points that I'm considering as a strength for Steel Champion. So the first point, you already guessed it, but it's his survivability with just crazy, probably one of the best in the game with Dwarf Warrior. You have one hero who has 91,000 HP, 1100 of armor and 600 of magical resistance, and you can add for this statistic the iron armor, who will add 210 of armor every time that he's casting spell 2 and 3, so it's really crazy, plus the shield with generated every time that he casts the second and the third skill. This hero is most of the time the last man standing up on the battlefield. Second point, it's his overall damage. You see, when you have enemy who are packed, is able to deal insane damage on enemy's team, and you will have a good benefit for that. And the last point, it's an advantage. It's not crazy, but it's an advantage. When this hero is able to ultimate, he will jump behind the enemy team and he will mess the enemy composition. So, we spoke about strength, let's discover his weaknesses. 2 points as weaknesses, and it's not crazy points if I can tell. The first point, it's his energy generation, with pretty slow. Usually during one fight he will be able to ultimate 1 time, not more. In some condition he will ultimate 2 times, but is really slow to generate energy. Second point, it's his mono target damage. This hero is strong when you have a lot of heroes in front of him or near him, but when you have only 1 hero in front of him, it will be really difficult for him to deal interesting damage. And I think when you will fight against him, it will be the key to find how to fight him 1 versus 1 hero that he touch not all your team. So it's all for his weaknesses. Let's now discover my final evaluation about Steel Champion. It's difficult for me to imagine Steel Champion as a proper game changer, but actually he's not far. And what I'm sure is suitable in Grand Arena, Grand Tournament, World Championship, and even in Arena. If you are using him properly in some situation, I think you can take advantage of his skills. You saw a great survivability, probably one of the best in the game for that point, a good overall damage, not so strong in a single target damage, but who cares really? So this hero, if you are a VIP 11+, you can invest on him without problem if he's not changed, because don't forget that we are on the test server actually. But I think this version will be not far from the official version, because in 5-6 days it will be already May and this hero will be available. It's all for today. Let's now conclude. Thank you everybody for watching this video. Don't hesitate to subscribe, like and share to support my work if you enjoy it. See you soon for another video. Bye bye.